I don't know about you, but for me, there is very little worse than feeling in a rut. Feeling unmotivated or lazy, like you know you could be getting more out of your day. Things are piling up. It's like they're staring at you as you ignore them. It's days like these where I know I need to prioritize my productivity levels to kick me back into gear and find some sort of balance where I can end my day feeling good and proud. I believe productivity is the key to achieving your goals, but I also believe it's about working smarter, not just harder. Having a certain level of productivity in your life can allow you to work more efficiently and effectively, allowing you to get more done in less time, and at the end of the day, creates more space for you to do more of what you love. So today I am tackling some things that I've been putting off, but it is also a filming day, so I'm gonna do a whole two birds and one stone kind of situation, and I'm also gonna share some tips on productivity, so make sure you stick around for that. I am dreading what's ahead, but it has to be done, so let's get into it. Today I am tackling my office space / YouTube studio space / just my little desk space. But that will all drop in another video, so keep your eyes peeled for that. So after I finish my breakfast, it is time to start the intro for that video and get started on some tidying, which I am still dreading. But we're gonna get it done. We're gonna take it a little bit at a time because it's been building up, okay? It's been building up. And then I will come back to you here and we will talk about all things productivity. But for now, I'm gonna listen to this podcast and eat my breakfast.
Yeah, my friends who are sevens, they're just up for the adventure. Let's just go. Let's see what happens.
I'm honestly starting to wonder if I can actually do this all in one day. It's a lot. It's a lot of paperwork to go through, a lot of rubbish. We can do this. We can do this. So we have finished tidying up this space. I thought I would get more done in one day, and I don't know why I thought I could accomplish all of that in one day, but I'm just looking at this as kind of like a first draft of this cleaning process. As you can tell, I still have a bunch of stuff underneath the desk that I still need to sort through, but I'm feeling so much better with the progress so far. I'm just exhausted from cleaning all day, to be honest, okay? So let's talk about productivity, okay? Because I don't want to just make my videos all about me just like doing things. I want to provide value in the way that you can take it away and implement it into your life and start seeing changes that you want to work towards. So hopefully these tips can help someone else out there. First things first. Planning and prioritizing are super important. So a good thing you can do is like make a list of all the things that you would consider a priority in your life and then like rate them from 1 to 10 or how many ever there are. And then you can kind of like prioritize where they need to go in your day. I always think doing the like top 3 biggest tasks of your day first and getting them out of the way, even if they're not enjoyable. I find it just throws my whole day out of whack if I'm just like putting things off, even though they're like big things that I need to really get done. I've been using the Notion app, well, on my web browser to just like plan things out, and especially when it comes to like content creation and filming. I use it for video ideas, scripting, my content strategy. It literally helps me keep everything in one place, and it helps me to plan, you know, way ahead of time. Like I have stuff that I'm working on in there that are like for months from now. Like sometimes I love winging it, but sometimes that just causes your girl too much stress, okay? So I've become more of a planner. I'm not the world's greatest planner, but I'm doing more of it because it makes life easier, okay? So creating a to-do list is another thing that I would suggest to do, especially like, hold on. To kick off my day, I love having a list of what I need to get done. When I'm filming, I love having a list of the shots I want to get for my B-roll or things I want to talk about. Like, it just keeps me on track because I can get distracted, okay? And I need to keep myself on track. So to-do lists, like, I feel like they're a very obvious one, but like, I'm telling you, like, they work. And I'm like all about to-do lists, and now my boyfriend's starting to see the benefits of making lists. So now I'm seeing him have little lists all around. But I will say this, if you are someone that's guilty of making lists everywhere, try to work towards condensing it to one spot. And I am guilty of this still. So this is something that I am saying from experience. Like, I have my daily planner and I love doing to-do lists in there. I like writing the things down, but I also like digital as well. So I do use Notion, but I find I like scratching the things off at the end of the day on my list. But then I would just randomly have notebooks where I would do a to-do list, and then I would write it on a whiteboard, and then I would have it there. So I would have like lists all over the place. So trying to condense the locations of your list. Oh, I gotta put that down. I talk with my hands, what can I say? Condensing the locations of your lists is going to help make life easier. And I am still working on this. It is a journey, okay? So you gotta give yourself grace. Minimizing distractions is another big one. I spoke in one of my other videos about how I don't really like filming in this room that I'm filming in right now because there's lots of foot traffic. There's just lots of noise and distractions usually during the day. It's later in the day now, so it is a little quieter. But yeah, just eliminating distractions. And that's not just like when you're filming. That's like when you're trying to get work done. So for me, when I'm sitting down and I'm trying to plan out content or script an outline for a video, whatever it is, I will literally sit on my couch and put headphones in, and I will put white noise on. So not even music. Sometimes it's music, but sometimes I'm just like, I need to really focus. So I have a playlist on my YouTube of like white noise, and it's just like rain, like 8 hours of rain music. Like, you know, those sleep playlists. But there's podcasts that you can listen to that have like no ads in the middle. So it's just like straight rain sounds or ocean or just whatever it is that's going to help you zone out. And especially living in such a small space, like if my boyfriend's doing anything around the house, like our bed is next to our couch. So it's like you hear everything. And so it can be very distracting. I'll be like, ooh, what's he eating in there? Ooh, what's he, you know what I mean? Another thing that I use is a block app on my phone because Instagram is a huge distraction. Not even Instagram. I won't even say that. It's just my phone in general. I don't know. Like, I feel like over the last 2 years, my phone has like amplified the notifications. Like every app sends me like notifications like on the hour, every hour. Like my weather app, my period app, my everything app is just like, hey, open up me, open. Like they're just like, they work so hard to distract you. And then it's like, once I get a notification for the weather, I'm like, ooh, and then I end up on Instagram. So it's just like, my phone is the distraction, but my phone is also the tool that I use for a lot of things. That I use my phone and the computer to manage my dog sitting bookings. So, and I use it to create content. So I just think it's so important to create those boundaries around that. And the block app helps me do that. Another thing is breaking your tasks up into smaller steps. So like I tackled this tidying up today, like I said, it's like a first draft. I really did like a deep clean inside the drawers and inside some of the boxes and stuff, and just got rid of some of the big clutter. And then the next is like really going through some other stuff and just doing another clean out. So it's like, it's a work in progress, and I'm just taking it one step at a time. So for today, it is done. You're less likely to feel overwhelmed by a bigger goal. So break that shit down. Time blocking. Time blocking has been something I've really been applying to editing, because there are some days where I just do not feel like editing, especially when I'm releasing 2 videos a week on my personal channel and then 1 video a week on my other channel, our camping van life channel. I'm editing a lot, and some days I just don't want to. I don't want to edit. All right, we're gonna transition because I can't keep sitting on the floor like this. I'm too old. Oh God. All right, what was I saying? I was saying something about time blocking. Time blocking has just been really good for me just to break things up. So I'll just set like a 2-hour timer and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna edit for 2 hours. This has also been really good for me for reading. If you watch my April reset video, I talked about how I had a reading goal, and then I talked about how I was just not focusing on the reading goal anymore. And surprisingly enough, I've started reading since then. I don't know. Maybe it's because I took the pressure off of me. I don't know, but we're reading now. I don't know if this is time blocking or just like setting a timer. They're kind of the same thing. Time blocking has been really helpful for my editing days, especially when I don't feel like it. So I'll just like edit for an hour or 2, and I actually end up getting more done because I'm like, I have to get as much as I can get done in 2 hours. Setting timers is just like a whole hack that I could do a whole video on, I think. And I just might. So another tip for productivity, which kind of ties into my other video that I did about cleaning up this space, it's just keeping organized. When you're organized, I feel like you're more efficient. When you're more efficient, you're able to get things done quicker and faster, and then you're able to just be more productive altogether. I feel like they all go hand in hand. I think that just is a good idea, but I know that it's easier said than done because, like I said, this thing was piling up. It was the opposite of organized. But we're getting there, okay? And just trying to like have fun with it and stay motivated. I hate that word, motivation, because motivation is fleeting. It's not reliable. I've spoken about this. If you follow me on Instagram, I speak about this all the time. Motivation's not reliable. It's fleeting. It comes and goes. So I don't think that like attaching your productivity to motivation is a good idea. But attaching it to having more fun with it, making it more enjoyable, doing things in a way that feels good for you, and making sure you are scheduling in rest. Not just giving yourself grace, not beating yourself up, you know, setting fun goals and rewarding yourself, you know, when you do little things along the way, or when you see the improvements happening, or when you see the mindset shifts, like really just like making it a journey and giving yourself grace and knowing that it's going to be ups and downs and ebbs and flows and valleys and peaks and all those sayings. But yeah, just make it more enjoyable. I always say that I should go to a cafe and do like a couple hours of editing. I have yet to do it, but maybe I'll do it by the end of 2023. We'll see. I don't have many options for like cafes with Wi-Fi around me, so that's part of it. Like if I did, I probably would have done it by now. But again, that's just an excuse because I could have still done it. Doing things that are going to make the task a little bit more enjoyable. You gotta brainstorm these things as well, because they're not just gonna come to you right away like, oh, this is gonna make it more fun. Like you have to sit down and think like, what would make this more enjoyable? Like what is feasible for me to make this more enjoyable? So, all right, and a little pro tip for you. I wouldn't call it a pro tip because I'm not a pro on productivity, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. Just make sure you're finding a good balance when it comes to productivity, because you can lean to the extreme and then it leads to burnout and you're gonna feel like shit, and that's not gonna be good for you, and it's not something you're gonna be able to stick to long term, and then you're gonna get into this burnout cycle, and that's just not fun. No one wants to do that. So I feel like rest and not overcommitting yourself to doing too many things, setting too many goals is a good thing to keep in mind when you are working towards more productivity in your life. Having a lack of balance can also lead to you neglecting other areas of your life if you're just focusing like tunnel vision on the one thing. So I do think that this is important for many reasons. Because at the end of the day, productivity is a tool. It's a tool to help you reach your goals and get more things done. But it isn't the only thing that matters in life. Your happiness, your physical and mental health, they matter. So let me know, was this helpful? If it was, make sure you hit that like button to let me know. And I would love to hear, what areas in your life would you like to see more productivity in? Or do you feel like you're in a good balance already? And as always, if you have any of your own tips on productivity, let me know in the comments, because I know it will help someone else out. Thanks so much for watching. Consider subscribing, and I hope to see you tuning in to another video soon. Bye!